Welcome, everybody. I'm Marc David, founder of the Institute for the Psychology of Eating, and I'm here with Abby Rivadelo, and we're going to have a brief conversation. I'm assuming you're here because you've heard about our conscious relationship training that we give through the Institute for the Psychology of Eating. I created that training for professionals, for coaches, for practitioners, as a way to learn more about how to work with your clients, any clients, when it comes to relationship. It's not couples therapy. It's how to work with your client to have better relationships, work through relationship challenges. So Abby is a graduate of our training. And Abby, can you tell us first just a little bit about what you do professionally and how your professional world looks?
Okay, I'm primarily a yoga instructor and Pilates instructor. So I hold public classes in my studio, and I also meet clients on a one-on-one basis to do private sessions, especially those with specific needs.
And you are in the Philippines.
Yes, I am.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what inspired you to enroll in the conscious relationship training? How did you end up there?
Okay, so I actually am a psychology major, so there was always that interest in relationships and human behavior. And as I got deeper and deeper into teaching yoga classes, then I came to understand that, or have a deeper understanding about how relationship comes into play in how we are as human beings. And it actually impacts very much, for example, what happens to our bodies, how our lives are, the kinds of stress that we deal with primarily usually comes with the relationships that we are part of. And the body tends to absorb that. So you have areas that are really tight, you have areas that are chronically tense, and the physical work that we do in the practice on the mat actually is complemented by a lot of the how do you say, um, awareness work also that we do on an intellectual level, because it's not enough that there's awareness in the body. There's also a need, at least what I began to understand and actually see for myself with my clients was, it's not enough that you have the physical addressed. For holistic healing to happen, it has to be coming from different points or different angles of the human being. And we're quite, how do you say, multidimensional in that respect. You have the physical body, you have your emotional body, you have your mental body, or you'd say mental body. But the point is, healing happens in different levels. And for me, I started to realize that the physical healing was not going to be enough and sustainable for my clients. So I wanted to find a way to be able to tap into the other dimensions. I also actually do a lot of energy healing. I practice Reiki and I do other energy modalities. And all of these modalities that I've been learning over the years just complement each other to help provide the client or the people who come my way that kind of healing, that holistic healing that I'm really after, the kind that's sustainable over years.
Sure, very, very well put. I love how you combine a mind-body perspective. So can you share with me, some of the ways that you have incorporated what you've learned into your professional practice or even your personal world?
Okay, for my professional work, I usually offer, for example, my sessions are 60 minutes of either yoga or Pilates, whatever they request for. Sometimes they ask for energy healing, so we do 60 minutes of that. But ever since I did the course, or actually when I already started it, there was that shift in the way that I handled my one-on-one sessions, because I knew there was bigger opportunity to actually make that all work and come together. That what I had in mind to promote holistic healing, like what you eat, how your lifestyle looks like, how you take care of yourself, and all of that. So instead of 60 minutes of just doing mat work, for example, we've slowly transitioned into maybe starting about the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, really just getting down and getting to know what their life is like. Because a lot of the issues that the body experiences, especially those that are long-term and chronic, have to do with the lifestyle. And that's when relationships come into play, relationship at work, relationship with your partner, whoever you're living with, relationship with your kids, and they all come up. They all come up when I start to ask them how they're doing. I start to try to understand what is it, what are the circumstances that are surrounding your life that has you come to me and ask for relief, for example, for your shoulders. Let's try to get into that and understand so that the work that we do on the mat doesn't stop when you leave the mat, but that when you go home, there's a little bit more awareness. Okay, I'm doing this. This is what's hurting me. This is what is causing that constant discomfort because I feel like the burden is in my shoulders. I'm carrying the whole burden of my family, my husband, my work. And that kind of awareness doesn't just come from understanding the physical body. And that what I learned from the course really just had me understand or have a wider awareness of all the other factors that could be involved.
Mm. Can I
And
ask?
so that's how I transitioned.
Yeah. Can I ask how old you are?
I just turned 40.
You just turned 40. You know, you are wise beyond your years. I would have probably guessed about 28 or 29.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I just really love how you express yourself and really how you communicate what you do. So, was there anything in the training that you would say particularly inspired you or surprised you?
Actually, just from the get-go, when you started talking, I was like, everything you say just resonated. It was as if it tapped into a hidden or how do you forgotten knowledge in my brain or in my psyche that it just started all making sense. So the things you were saying, like I kind of had an inkling, but then it wasn't put together in such a way that I finally am able to like just connect everything, all the knowledge that I've been accumulating all these years, all the learnings. And when I took the course, it's like sack like that. It's like just how do you say it? It's like a eureka moment. Like, oh, now it makes sense. And then I started looking back at my own relationships and my relationship with my mother, my father, and of course I've been doing the work. I started by majoring in psychology so that I could understand myself better. I could understand my family better, and it evolved into understanding other people better, to make relationships better, because we can never be really alone in this world. At least that was how we were born. We were born to be with people. Otherwise, we would have been born in an island with no people. So, yeah. And as I learned to understand myself over the years, and this work through the course just put things together, like pieced all those missing pieces of the puzzle together to provide me that awareness and understanding, that key to the knowledge or key to the answers that I've been looking for.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
That makes total sense. You know, I love how you mentioned that, you know, when you first, you know, dove into the training, how it was almost as if you're remembering the material that you're hearing. I find that so many of the good, juicy, valuable things I've learned over the years about life, about transformation, you know, about growth, about health, about psychology, about relationship, so much of what I learned, it's not like there was completely new information coming into my head, but in a way it resonates with a deeper knowing that we have
Yes.
inside. Yeah. I did my best to just pull together, you know, the wisdom from a lot of different relationship experts, so many of them out there, and just combine it with my own experience as a practitioner. And I just like to distill things down into the juicy nuggets that we can use. I'm wondering, you know, why you would, you know, if and why you would recommend this kind of training to other practitioners.
I would recommend it because it will provide you with that understanding that gives you the space for more compassion. I find, for example, it's very easy to judge people from the outside. You see them and like you find out about their lifestyle, like, ah, yeah, I get it. I know what they're dealing with and all that. But having done the course provides you that space for being more compassionate about the history of that person, about their lineage with their parents and what their parents had to deal with over the years and how it continues to repeat itself as a vicious cycle and how their kids might inherit that if there is no intervention, if there is no prompt to become more aware or to just bring that to consciousness, to awareness. And that, just that alone, that space of compassion I've seen provides so much for my clients, the people I've been working with. Just them knowing that, oh, this person understands and doesn't judge me, no matter how bad I've been. Something like that.
Uh,
And that kind of just space is so valuable, I find. It's so precious to have somebody who won't judge you because they you can't judge anymore. Knowing what you know about how relationship is not just a one person's burden, it's a whole generation's burden sometimes,
hmm.
especially if it's left unchecked. If there's no awareness, there's no effort to really find out or understand. And so there, for me, the answer is just that space of compassion coming from understanding about the multidimensionality of a relationship and also a human being in a relationship.
Very well put. Thank you so much, Abby. If people want to get in touch with you, how do they find you?
They can go to our website, whitespacewellness.com, and they can reach me through that.
Whitespacewellness.com.
Yes.
Wonderful. Abby, thank you so much. I so appreciate you taking the time. I so appreciate your words of wisdom and your words of inspiration. And my friends tuning in, thanks so much. If you want to learn more about the training, feel free to email us at info@psychologyofeating.com, and we'll be happy to talk more with you. Abby, take care. Thank you.
Thank you very much.